Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate General American Revolution, a game which just entered early access on Steam on the 6th of June. It has been available for maybe like a year or so in sort of a closed early access if you bought directly from the developer, but now the game is on Steam. It is available to the masses. And this is episode number 2 in our Let's Play series, playing as the Americans in this game. Now, a couple of things to clarify. I saw folks posting in the previous video asking about a British campaign. That will be part of this game, part of the base game, not DLC, at least according to the developer. But the British campaign isn't done yet. They are working on it. They have said numerous times they are working on it, but I have no idea when it'll be ready. And this game is very much early access. You know, still look, feel. I think there's some user interface things that could use some work, and I've definitely noticed a fair number of bugs, which oddly enough weren't there previously, around like artillery and retreating units in battles, just kind of sticking around and letting you slaughter them, which is good for me and for the Americans who are generally outgunned. But this is, Anyway, we're about to fight the Battle of Middlesbrough. We are trying to make a push toward Boston to limit the amount of provinces that the British have, to strengthen our own income by capturing more provinces, and also to allow us to consolidate our forces on a few fronts rather than a number of fronts. So yeah, we're going into the Battle of Middlesbrough for this video, and we'll see how we pick up. This was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel, so if you're interested in following those, link in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Just kidding. All right, let's fight the Battle of Middlesbrough here. So we're going to merge our troops. One thing I do like about the pre-battle deploy is I can just merge these divisions before the fight starts, rather than, when you do this, the way it worked before is you had to wait till after the battle started, and then units had to physically move around to merge, which was always kind of annoying. All right, so we've got one extra company that can't merge. Oh well. Do all these boys have brown buses? Oh no, they do not. Civilian, civilian, civilian. I thought we... Oh no! I didn't hit the apply button. That's always my bane in this game. And I forgot to hit the actual apply when you choose the new weapons. You've got to hit the button that says apply for the weapons to actually stick. I did it again! You did tell me, Templar, you did. Oh well. Alright, so... He did. I misunderstood what he was saying. But yes, he did. Alright, so we now have to fight the British with inferior weapons, inferior troops, and they have artillery. Blah! Let's stay out of the open, huh? There's a couple of objective points that it wants me to hold, theoretically. I'd rather just stay in them there hills. Just stay in this forest. It'll minimize the enemy's artillery effectiveness, right? This deployment box is weird, though. Like, it's... Why am I deploying in the side of what looks like a damn mountain? Look at this giant hill. Some of the terrain in this game doesn't make sense. Alright, our boys are exhausted, too, because they've been marching quickly. So let's get these boys into this tree line. That'll be our best chance. We'll keep these companies in reserve. We'll move these troops up onto the flank. And we'll keep the historical butcher just hanging out. Oh, sweet. I wonder if I can upgrade my troops, my actual officers' weapons now. In the past, they were just kind of a superficial thing on the map. It didn't really do anything, but I wonder if that's changed at all. So there's a couple of lakes up here. Okay, the British must have moved troops in because they took this objective. It was blue before. Here they come! Get up on the flank. We do outnumber them, right? They've just got better troops and more of them. Can you upgrade divisions here? I think the way perks work with divisions is a little bit clunky in the game. All right, they opened fire. Did they fire into my flank here? Right, we're going to bring these boys up over on the flank. We've got cover. They've also probably got cover here, but there's their cannons. They're moving their cannons forward. Damn it, usually they set them in the back and just shoot. That ain't good. All right, boys, you got to use your at least initial advantage in muskets on the firing line here. You've got way more muskets on this left flank engagement on the firing line. And at least the initial engagement here has more... Yeah, we've got more troops, more muskets on the firing line here. Ideally, you concentrate your fire on just a handful of enemy... Like, put all 400 muskets into this first line of 100 men. I think that would be the more efficient route to go. And then, when they retreat, you can shift it back. I'm curious if they debuffed artillery a little bit at all. The artillery melee ability was just absurdly efficient in the previous versions of the game that I played, where it was like you could have 500 infantry attacking 100 artillerymen, and the artillerymen were just better at meleeing and would win that fight, which always felt silly. Artillery should and does have a very strong effect on morale. Ugh. Hey, they're retreating. Can we get their guns? They've decided enough, and they're going to retreat. I don't know how many troops are heading south, but if I can destroy this enemy artillery, maybe seize a few guns. It says they're retreating, but it doesn't look like they are, which makes me nervous. At least they're not shooting. Maybe they're mounting them up or something, getting them ready to move, or maybe they're just reloading. I don't know. I'm worried about canister. All right, we shattered that company, so shift your fire. Pursuit! Pursuit, my lads! Destroy their artillery at least. Don't let them carry that forward to the next battle. We're winning at prayer. Oh, that's the objective we're taking. There you go. They aren't shooting at least. It looks like they're reloading. I don't know if that's a glitch or something or what, but... Whatever it is, I'm happy to benefit from it. Let's just keep shooting at them. I don't know. I thought maybe they were limbering up, but they appear to just be sitting there. All right, they routed. For some reason, I can't take the guns. See if there's any other troops. So this is one of those battles where I feel like you gotta try and inflict as many casualties as possible on the enemy. Assuming the casualties carry forward to the next battle, which they should, that will make the enemy weaker, because we're not going to take Middleborough before the reinforcements they've dispatched from Boston get down here. So if these troops retreat, you know, it's possible they turn around and go back to Boston. But usually they wait to do that till after you take the city they're going to relieve. So that's why I think it's more valuable to see if we can maybe not stack wipe, but inflict as many casualties on them as possible. Are they not shooting back? They did. I thought they fired a volley, but I wonder if that's a... Are they just sitting there and taking it? That's got to be a bug. That's got to be a glitch. Because they don't appear to be shooting back. Charge! Oh, nice. You get a little bayonet icon over the thing. Oh, that's why we can't take the guns. Is we're merged? Yeah, good call. I don't know if those guns directly turn into our hands or not. That was one of my... oh, no, they did shoot back. I was wrong. It wasn't a glitch. Go get them! All right. But one of my complaints is that in the Civil War game, the exact guns you took would translate into guns you carried over to the next battle. In the previous versions of Rev War, anyway, they didn't seem to do that. Hey, we captured them. Hell yeah. All right, I don't see any more bad guys on the map, so we'll end the battle. So the enemy deployed 502 troops. We deployed 1,300. We lost 6,700 men. The enemy lost 239 men and 36 captured. They also lost 3 guns out of their 4. So more than 50% casualties versus, you know, we lost less than 70. They lost over 250. Those are good results for us, especially if there's going to be a follow-on battle, perhaps that we have to retreat from. I'm not sure. We'll see. Now, before, if we can, right, so Middlesbrough, I don't know if they're going to send, so they were deploying 700 reserves to come south. So these look like they're the new troops that were sent into Boston as opposed to pulling from the Boston garrison. But in the meantime, can I do this while they're in the field or not? I don't know if I can. I can do this for the troops in the town. Oh, I didn't apply the new units being raised in Portsmouth either, so let's go ahead and do that. I don't know that I can. It doesn't look like the cannons are ours. Like, I don't see... So, again, that's one of my complaints, is it doesn't look like I have the cannons. Now, I don't know if we go to... So we do have 4 Galloper guns in our possession. I don't know if those are guns we just seized in the last battle or not, because it doesn't really give you a summary of weapons seized like the previous game did. Okay, so we're going to try and move in and take Middlesbrough. They are sending 700 reinforcements down. I don't know where they're going to go, unless they're going to try and relieve Middlesbrough. So we might get a second fight here, or we'll see if they try and pull them back. Not sure. Morgan's rifles are on the way. They would make a nice difference in a fight. Looks like we might actually take the town before they show up. So I don't know if they're going to try and move. They may pull back, or are they going to fight us? All right, they're going to fight us. So we got to fight another battle. No cannons for them this time. So it'll be 720 troops versus 1,300. Again, we outnumber them pretty heavily. I'm happy that they're sending these troops piecemeal. The cannons popped up when we took the town. I can't re-equip these troops with the weapons I want to give them quite yet. Did it automatically cause them to retake the town? I thought it was already in our control. That's strange. Anyway, let's fight. I don't want to let them get into the town and hunker down. So we'll do an open field fight where they're coming up against us. It has us having a slight advantage, but not a huge one. Again, the enemy does have better troops and better guns. So we'll have to fight another quick battle. Hopefully it's quick anyway. Merge. You know what's weird is I think originally the first few builds of the game I played, the enemy generally divisioned, but I feel like they do that less now. So it's actually interesting. This is the same Well, not quite the same battlefield. It looks the same, but the objective points and buildings are different. Okay. Our ammunition supply is not as good as it was. Is this a nighttime battle? 7:10 in the evening. And it's raining. Alright, form up in this wood line. Up here on the flank. So visibility presumably is reduced in this rainstorm. They'll probably be drawn to the objective points here and here. Well, they took this objective. There they are. First group coming out of the woods. Let's see if we can pause here. See if we can get these boys up. Push a little bit out of the wood line so the enemy's more likely to be in the open, although there's some woods there, so maybe not. They're not in cover right now anyway, though. Our troops, that is. Alright, form up on the left flank. They put troops up here to take this objective too. Alright, boys, hold your position. You get better cover that way. Alright, before the enemy troops from the north come up here and reinforce, let's get an extra 200 muskets on the line versus the enemy lead regiment or company. So 400 muskets versus 100 here. They're firing on the flank, so we'll move these 300 troops in that way. Alright, so we are wearing that lead company down. Right, we drove them back. Very good. We drove the first company back. So we defeated... The attempt here is to defeat them in detail, right? Halt. I don't want you charging after these guys. Just fire into their flank as they come up. The enemy might be trying for a melee here. They're definitely coming in close. Now, their troops are in the open here, and ours are in some cover, at least. Also, we're kneeling, which gives us a little bit more cover. This battle seems to be going real fast. I did do a time compression, but I since turned it off. All right, we routed another one here. So, good initial results. We haven't routed these guys from the field, but at least their morale is going to be pretty bad because they're being pushed back. Second Lieutenant Timothy McGrady is wounded. Oh no. I don't know who you are. I'm guessing you command one of these companies or divisions somewhere. Alright, we're driving them back. The odds are switching much more to our favor. They haven't officially surrendered on this fight yet. Try and sort of pincer these guys. Let's go fight that regiment. Advance! We're doing much better than Washington did historically. Although Washington, I don't know that he was really... Was he in command by the state? He wasn't at Lexington Concord, but we got command after that. I don't remember what day Bunker Hill happened yet, because he wasn't really in command on the field. He wasn't in command on the field in any event by that date. Alright. We gotta try and do a little bit more damage to force them to retreat or give up on the battle. Casualty-wise, this fight's going definitely in our favor, I think. Just like the previous one. Which is good, because the British can, especially since we didn't turn limited reinforcements on, I assume the British can heavily outgun us if they choose to. Probably should have wheeled around here. Alright. Surprised they haven't surrendered this fight yet. They still haven't ordered the full force to withdraw. Okay. We're winning at Forest. I think we already took that objective, sir. My boys are still exhausted. They're like, you've had us running all over Kingdom Come. Give us a break. There we go, victory. See if we can finish any of these companies off. Get them to shatter. I had a couple of my companies not even fight. That was an easy victory. Hey, we got them to surrender. Nice. 40 more prisoners, boys. Okay. I guess that's it. No point in chasing down what's... Oh, wait. Someone's shooting at somebody. Maybe these boys are rested up enough that they can quickly march out there and take the enemy. Probably not. Their condition is good, but by the time they get through that wood line, it won't be. I'd like to destroy another enemy company if we can, though. Maybe take a few more prisoners. Oh, they're going to run. Interesting that they are doing the American thing of retreat and fire while they can. Okay. The enemy is not retreating? At least some of them are still hanging around. We got like a wood fight going. I don't know that meleeing is a good idea. Nice! Okay, now I'll go melee him. That was a heck of a volley. Hey, they surrendered. Yeah. Eat shit, boys. Hey, these boys surrendered too. Maybe we'll force the whole army to surrender. I wonder why they're not retreating off the map. That's weird. You don't usually see that. Alright, before you get in, you're not in great condition. I don't really want you meleeing. I'd rather you fire another volley. There goes the flag. There, they surrendered. Yes! Is it just this one company left? Apparently moving through the forest in their column formation, the Fox's company, their fatigue didn't really spike. So they're going to overtake these boys here. I think the game just expands Santos. I don't think clearing them off the map has any real impact, and like I think the map will just expand early, maybe. You're talking the strategic map. If you clear them off, what happens? I think the answer is nothing different. Alright, I didn't really want to... I was charging them, but there they go. They surrendered. Hell yeah. I don't see any more. Alright, so they deployed 720 men. We deployed 1,300. We lost 242 men. So the casualties are going to start taking a toll on our troops, right? That's another 1/6... Can I do math? 1/6, almost, of our force. That being said... the enemy lost 393 of 720, so they lost more than half their troops as casualties. And they also had 207 captured. So the invasion of New York, I believe, in the game happens with new troops. I don't think they actually, at least in my prior game, they didn't pull them out. But again, so there's a setting you can click which basically says limit reinforcements, so which basically tells you the game will have the British raise more troops if they're doing worse than historical. So, like, it's some sort of reaction in London where they're like, oh, shit, we need to send more, you know, as opposed to we're going to send exactly what we did historically. But, anyway. These have been some nice, tidy little victories. I'm not used to this. Okay, so... one of the regiments is gone, and the other one I think will be gone in a moment. Or they're at least going to retreat. Okay, so we destroyed one of the regiments, which is deployed south, and nearly wiped out the other. Very nice. Morgan's boys arrived. We're going to send them up to Providence, because sometimes the enemy will be like, hey, we can weasel in and around here. So those troops will probably go back to Boston where they'll reinforce, I'm assuming. Although, I don't know why they're marching south. 72 rifles, 108 rifles. Middlesbrough's going to be ours. Oh, so they were moving south to try and garrison Middlesbrough until Middlesbrough became ours. So Middlesbrough is ours. Morgan's rifles. Willpower and efficiency. What about these boys? Did they gain any more experience? Nice. Willpower, melee, stamina. Firearms, efficiency, reload speed. Firearms, accuracy, and spotting. Accuracy seems important, but I feel like efficiency is just as important. Reload speed's probably more important. I'm going with the marksmanship. That's my focus here. So Middlesbrough is ours. Our forward unit has 1,200 troops. We've got 400 at Providence, 450 at Leicester. So those are all our troops in the south. All told, that's what, 2,000 troops? Just over? Assaulting 4,600 men or 4,700 men at Boston with 2,000 troops seems unwise. We're not using all our factories and shipyards. I'm aware of that. I'm not trying to spend that money right now. Town Hall at Middlesbrough is repaired. That's nice. That should help with the morale or the loyalty. Middlesbrough was captured. The ship at Portsmouth, I think that's just a merchant. So there's merchantmen that go back and forth, and the British typically intercept them, but if they do make it to port, it can give you a little bit of extra money. We do have one unrated cutter in port at Newport, but I don't really want to sail that out to face a 40-gun frigate or whatever the British have there. They've got 3 ships blockading Newport, or in the region. They've got 3 ships in this region with 66 guns. Okay, so Middlesbrough now has supply. 46 days in the recruiting house at Hartford. How is it doing? Does it not tell you how close? Oh, 4 days left on the schoolhouse. Then the recruiting house will be next. 28 days in the schoolhouse in Providence. Middlesbrough has a lot of construction points. Production and recruitment are influenced by a few things. Your reputation influences it, for one. Building the right kind of buildings in these settlements influences it, right? So recruiting house increases recruits by 50%. Loyalty in a region will influence it. So you can see the higher the loyalty, the better the recruitment. You can see here we've got 139 recruits at Middlesbrough who can be assigned to fill out regiments that are already, that have taken casualties here. So I assume if we wait till the 28th, which I'm not really in a rush to do anything quite yet at the moment. So let's wait one day. Let's wait till the 28th on the strategic map. Let's see if this number goes from 1247 or goes up. Shouldn't go down. I wouldn't think we'd have much in the way of desertion at the moment. Yep, so you can see it went up to 1438. The recruits were drained out of the recruiting pool. So they went to the different regiments that took casualties. Now that we actually have these troops here, though, we should probably... All right, so the 6th Connecticut has two experience stars. So let's go ahead and give them the brown besses. Let's remember to hit the apply button. There. Now they've got them. So they swapped their weapons out for the brown besses that were in the arsenal. We still have 867 in the arsenal. We also have 2,400 civilian muskets in the arsenal. We could add another regiment to them. It would probably lower their experience level. These are considered line infantry. Huh, so they're not militia. Okay. So most of the units we have right now are militia, but it does look like they're line militia, which previously they were called fusiliers, so they must have changed the name in the game. That's good. That probably explains why we were fighting so well. See, these guys have hunter rifles, which we don't have any replacement for. You can buy those later on, but... All right, so let's take... I don't know. Do we need... I'd raise more troops, but I have no recruits to raise. Huh. So no prisoners there. Where are our prisoners? So we've got 237 prisoners at Providence working away for us. Is that all the prisoners we've taken? It looks like all the prisoners we've taken have gone to Providence, which then translates into what its construction points are. Population also influences that, and frankly, so does the slave number as well. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Hair Blazer, also Snow Yeti, and MKV134, Weed and Sun, Richard of York. I think I already thanked you earlier. All right, so production management. I'm not producing anything at the moment. Is there anything? So if we go to construction management, I've been told you want to work on your infrastructure early. I don't know if this is too early in the game or not. We do have money, though. So we could produce agriculture. It increases the production of provisions, which you need in order to support your troops. We could produce production facilities. Adds a production point for each region. Maybe that's what this means by production infrastructure. Yeah, it's got to be that. Because this is the infrastructure tab. Shipping increases shipbuilding capacity. Mining is important for mining resources, which is important for, economy. And then military units, which influences your unit cap. So production resources, because it wants me to do that, let's do that. It will cost $1,600 and it'll spend 40 of our materials up here. So we will do that in Hartford. I believe that's what I just did. It's going to take 35 days. We have 60, so cool. We've got time. And then for agriculture, I always run low on food in the winter, so let's do agriculture. I'm just worried that they'll push back and take some of the territory I've taken from them. But let's do some agriculture. Over here, there's already one ag here. One shipyard. They have salt. I don't know if that gets mined. Is that a mineable resource? But let's do a little bit of agriculture too. All right. So we're going to do those two things. Plus we're working on the recruitment house in Hartford, which we will know if we'll get that done in 3 days in time. And then Sons of Liberty is already underway. So I don't feel like I've got the strength to hit them anywhere. I don't have the recruits available to hit them anywhere quite yet. Maybe we could raise more troops in Leicester. We could. Does the Sons of Liberty give me the option to raise regular units? When do I get that? No, I need the Continental Army, right? Where do I get the option to raise regular infantry? Or do I already have it? Fusiliers used to be a thing that you would research. Can I already do it? No, just militia. Well, since we can only raise militia, let's go ahead and see if we can. So we've got two line regiments already. So let's see if we can go ahead and raise another company, 2 companies of them. Or at least one. That's a 6 Connecticut. All right, that'll be another 240 troops of line troops. They're better than militias. Now, it will take a good long while for the recruits at this particular location to fill out that company. We could send some of them to Leicester. But let's just move forward here and see what happens. I think so. I think that's what the 100 means. But that's just based on the current recruitment in this current town. And recruits can move between cities. So Hartford is 480. They may get drawn into Newport and then Providence and then Middlesbrough, possibly. Or Hartford will raise a new regiment. Connecticut Patriots have founded a militia unit at Hartford, Massachusetts Bay. Okay, so we've got another regiment over here, which we could send over to Middlesbrough. I suppose there's no reason not to. The map hasn't expanded yet. If we can get like 5,000 troops together, then it would probably make sense to assault Boston. It will give us an objective to take Boston before too long. Wants me to produce muskets? Okay. The people yearn for freedom, but they need muskets. Produce 100 muskets. We've got 39 days. Well, we can do that with our engineer office, but... Alright, so these units have started pulling reserves in, so you can see... Oh, they've built out that full company, so they're at 600 and they're at 600. So both of these units are at the max size. So we've got 1,200 regulars at Middlesbrough. Can we do have enough brown besses. I don't have there's you could put a different type of company here. In theory, as you get more tech for your army, you can have different types of regiments other than just line infantry. But I don't see any other options right now. So since they're the only line infantry I have, it will cost one officer and some cash to do it. But we will try and get both of these regiments up to 720 men. And that'll give me 1,400 regular troops, which are better in terms of their ability to go toe-to-toe with the redcoats, plus the 400 with the hunter rifles. We'd have almost 2,000 troops, top-of-the-line troops, to go up against the redcoats. You do have to pay wages to troops. I don't think... Is that up here? Have we really not unlocked that one yet? Army management? No. There's more. The foreign relations is locked. Colony management locked. Market is locked. Where do I manage bonuses? Oh, it's over here. So we pay one bounty for new recruits. So we're paying 100 per 100 recruits. Our salary for our troops is 0.5. This influences, again, desertion. Okay. I'm not really seeing an issue with desertion quite yet. So I'm going to save the money, because money can become a real pain in the ass for you in a little bit. Did we complete this yet? One more day. We'll see if we get the other thing in time. International relations change. Tensions between the Cherokee and the Iroquois rise by 8.3. France and Spain rise. And between the U.S. and Miami's decline. Pennsylvania Patriots joined. Another 450 troops are joining at Hartford. So we'll send those troops, which we are now overstacked. I can't raise any new regiments at this point. We will send them to Middlesbrough. Actually, let's do this. Let's send these militia here to Providence, which I do want to garrison for the moment, and then let's send Morgan's rifles to Middlesbrough, where they can join up with the main field army out of Middlesbrough. All right, so we did raise those troops. Those two regiments of regulars are now up to 720 men. So you can see recruitment is not a problem at the moment. We don't know how many troops are in Fort Stevens. We'd have to send a unit up there to do some intelligence. I think this is a native tribe here. I'm not really sure. Someone's shooting at somebody. They're attacking a ship trying to leave Portsmouth. Okay. And again, so we only have one general right now. Later on, you can get more generals, which influences your ability to, like, how many field armies you can effectively fight with at a time. All right, so we're to 2,300 troops. If we consolidated Leicester, Providence, and these new troops coming up, that would give us another 1,300. So we're pretty close to 1-to-1. We're pretty close to being able to fight the British on even ground. Now, they'll be on the defensive, but we're getting close. Schoolhouse in Hartford's complete. Fur Trader in Leicester is complete. So we go to Hartford now. We've got 6 days left in the recruiting house. That's it. Well, that'll be done way in time. That's nice. Meanwhile, we're getting more officers from the schoolhouse. Okay. Can we upgrade the Fur Trader? No. Production points, recruitment house, carpenter shop. Horse production. Horses are nice. You can sell them or use them to equip units. I like the idea of merchant stalls. I think that's a new building type. They've got a dock and a meeting house. It feels like a merchant stall should be out of place at the port. Generates 100 income out of Newport. Hartford, it would generate probably more, right? I'm assuming it's based on the city size. Yeah, it does appear to be. Newport's not building anything, though. That's why I want to build that there. Okay. But the production point, the construction points are pretty low. Meanwhile, we need to build some, do some musketry stuff, right? So let's go to headquarters. Let's go ahead and spend some cash turning on some factories. So we'll turn on 3 of our potential 6 factories. We're buying space out of civilian businesses. And then we will go to the production screen, go to muskets. The only kind of musket I can make right now is a civilian musket. So we'll just turn on continuous production. It'll cost $10 per musket, and it consumes some wood and iron. So we'll do that. You can trade those goods, by the way, when you have a market, but I need a quartermaster to do that, which I don't have at the moment. I've got to unlock the quartermaster. Okay. All right. So these 450 troops are about to show up. So go ahead and send these militiamen over this way. So we're 2,300. We'll be up to 2,700. 3,600. We're getting there. I can't raise any new units. So the only thing I can really do is expand existing units. Morgan's rifles. I can't add new units to these boys. So this militia unit, I can add another militia unit, or I can add a Minutemen unit. Minutemen are skirmishers in loose formation. Ooh, we can add artillery? Let's do that. I couldn't do that for the other unit for whatever reason. So we do have 4 guns in our arsenal, plus we've got a 6-pound field gun, which we took when I think we took Middleborough. But 4 guns is enough for a battery, so we'll do an artillery. Let's do this. Let's do a militia unit. So do 1 militia unit. Oh, wait, I can't do more than that? Never mind then. So let's not do that. I was thinking we could do more than just the 4 companies, but maybe we can't for a militia unit. So we'll do a militia company of artillery to get our first artillery battery now, too, to strengthen our force. Yeah, I suppose we could try and bait the British South into retaking Middlesbrough. That is an option. Like, pull out of it and hope they move south. France and Spain's alliance is ended. All right, here we go. We got the event to take Boston. So the strategic port of Boston must be captured. We'll get 50 reputation if we do it. We'll also get 20,000 gold if we do it. So it's going to try and push us to take Boston. Doesn't really have a time limit, but I think when you take Boston, the game will expand the map. If you take Boston. It'll expand it anyway, because I didn't take Boston until way later, the first time I played. All right, so these boys raised their new unit. Nice. So they've got the artillery. This new unit showed up. I don't think I've got enough artillery to raise another battery. So we'll just do another civilian company here, another 150 men. So we'll have, when those are done recruiting, we'll have 3,000 troops plus 900. It's getting close to where maybe you'd want to push in. Hartford here. This is going to be done in 5 days. That production quota go up? I thought it was only 30-something before. Recruitment house would give me positive reputation. 55 days on the infrastructure. How much longer on that? That's being produced, right? 30 days. Okay. Sons of Liberty's at 29 days. What else would I do with these factories? So what do I do with ships? Do we just build ships and sell them? Like, I don't fully understand what to do with shipping infrastructure here. Transports could be useful, I suppose, if I was going to do anything with an amphibious, but I don't have that ability. So what's the point of building ships? Just to sell them? I don't know what the trade-offs are, Kia, as far as use. I think the civilian factories are just there to be used, but I don't really know the answer to that. I don't know anything about international relations yet. Still a little early right now for that. I don't even think that screen is opened up yet really for us. The game, I mean, it's the first thing it wants you to do is take Boston, but I agree that's a little silly. The Americans took Boston mostly because the British evacuated it, right? Right, we could spend 20 reputation to get the Sons of Liberty right away, and then that would allow me to do the quartermaster, which would then allow me to, or I could try and do something to get a bigger army cap so I could have a larger force. I suppose at this point, let's just expand these militia companies. It's our best chance, I think, to get the numbers closer to where they need to be. So that'll give us 240 more men there. We got 120 more coming here, so we'll get 360 more men when this is all done. We could go for Stevens, but that's just another place to garrison. Also, we could expand the Portsmouth garrison. Remember, though, new troops cost money. We've got money right now, but that won't be the case forever. The Portsmouth garrison's mostly just to force them to deploy more troops to take it. Although it wouldn't shock me if in a little while we see a large reinforcement of troops coming to Boston. It is nice, though, that we destroyed that one regiment they sent south and then also the regiment that had occupied Providence, so they could have more men. They do have... Oh, God. So the other problem with taking Boston is they have 2 dragoon companies, which last time I played, dragoon companies were massively overpowered. Game doesn't have a capacity for raiding operations on British ports. I don't know, like... You can influence their commerce. Trade matters. Lifting the blockade matters. I've never had a strong enough navy to really do much with that, so I don't know how far that would take you. More militia, because you're the only place I can raise them. All right, so we could get up to 600 troops at Portsmouth. We've got 600 at Leicester. We'll have 600 at Providence before long. I can't raise more units yet, so I need to unlock some stuff. $50 more ammunition from New Jersey. We were very low on ammo, so that does matter quite a bit. You can see our ammo isn't even maxed out for the units here. Which in individual battles, like we were working from a stockpile that wasn't at 0, but you can burn through ammo pretty quick in campaigns. So thank you for the ammo, boys. That helps. Also, if you have extra ammo, you can always turn around and sell it, too. That's another option. All right, everybody. We are going to try and bait the enemy to come out of Boston to fight us on more equal terms in the open, but that'll be for another time. We're at almost an hour here, so we'll wrap this video up here. Hope you guys enjoy. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.